I don't know. It ain't like I said. Your boxing get better by the hour. Okay. Soon you'll be undefeated.
I mean, I just saw yesterday, 2 days ago, the fight between Stevenson and Lopez.
Great fight.
What fight? Who wins that?
Lopez.
I know Stevenson. You know, Stevenson. A lot of people are going to say that, but people are going to say Lopez is a very good fighter, bro. I've trained with him. I've heard him at the party. He bangs hard. He's a good all-round boxer, slick. A lot of people don't give him the credit for how good of a boxer he is. Look, he's the type of guy I know about Lopez is that when he has to turn it up, he turns it up. And I think with someone like Shakur, he will have to turn out big time. And obviously Shakur, we've not really seen him in the deep end. Well,
Shakur Stevenson is switching the heat on by sharpening every detail as the Teofimo Lopez showdown comes closer. The pace is brutal, the focus is locked in, and the message is clear that he's preparing for war and not just another fight. Meanwhile, analysts and former fighters are breaking it down from every angle, and the predictions are starting to lean hard in one direction. Is this the night Shakur proves he's on a different level, or does Teofimo blow his plans apart when it matters most? Let's break it down.
The upcoming bout between Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson, right? It's a fight that everybody's waiting to see. You know, what are your thoughts on that fight? How do you see that fight playing out, and who do you have and why, bro? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, I think it's a great fight. Obviously, I've known Shakur from the amateur days. You know, I've sparred him over the years in Colorado when, you know, I was over there on training camps and stuff. So, you know, Shakur's a great fighter, so is Teo. You know, and I really think it is a 50-50 fight, but I think I'd have to favour Shakur in that one.
That's fire, bro. That's fire. You see, that's stuff that a lot of us and even fans, we don't know that. You know, when you guys spar, you guys don't drop no videos to let us know that you guys are doing your thing.
Exactly. Yeah, sparring's kept in the gym. You know, like you said, that's, you know, you have to be a true professional.
Amir Khan leans toward Teofimo Lopez. He praises Shakur as slick, powerful, and a complete boxer who often doesn't get the respect he deserves, having trained with him himself. But Khan points to Teofimo's biggest strength, the ability to elevate his game when the moment demands it. Against a sharp, skilled fighter like Shakur, Lopez would be forced to go all out, while Shakur is still largely untested in a true deep-end, high-pressure fight.
I mean, I just saw yesterday, 2 days ago, the fight between Stevenson and Lopez.
Great fight.
What fight? Who wins that?
Lopez.
I know Stevenson. You know, Stevenson. A lot of people are going to say that, but people are going to say Lopez is a very good fighter, bro. I've trained with him. I've heard him at the party. He bangs hard. He's a good all-round boxer, slick. A lot of people don't give him the credit for how good of a boxer he is. Look, he's the type of guy I know about Lopez is that when he has to turn it up, he turns it up. And I think with someone like Shakur, he will have to turn out big time. And obviously Shakur, we've not really seen him in the deep end. Well,
Amir continues, pointing to Teofimo's track record. Lopez has faced elite names, including Lomachenko, and consistently delivered when it mattered most. Even if some fights look tougher than expected, he's proven he can rise to the occasion. Now facing Shakur, Amir says Lopez knows this is a mega fight, the kind where you either step up or fall short. While Shakur may seem calm and confident, Amir insists you can never count Teofimo out. When the pressure hits, he always finds a way to perform.
That's what I'm saying. I think that toughness is there with Shakur, and if it is there, which I believe it is, because I think it's a fantastic fight. It's one of them that we're all going to have an opinion on who's going to win, but none of us really know, because it's one of the best fights in
the best, isn't it?
Yeah, but yeah, it really is.
You think about it, look at Lopez. He's fought like some Lomachenko. He beat some great names on the way, man. Yeah. And I look good against them as well. Maybe his last fight wasn't the best. He made it a little bit tough, harder than it looked, but he's always performed at the highest level when he needed to perform. Now, with Shakur, he's going to have to perform. He knows that this is the mega fight that but I think Shakur seems a little bit more relaxed and calm, like he's going to win this fight. It's going to be a walk in the park for him. But I know one thing about Lopez is that
But Greg Hackett sees this as a much closer battle. He leans toward Shakur by decision, admiring his skill, composure, and tactical edge. But he's quick to warn that in boxing, anything can happen. Teofimo is explosive, unpredictable, and proven to rise when it matters. So Hackett knows one punch or one surge of pressure could turn the fight on its head. For him, it's a matchup where preparation meets chaos, and while Shakur has the edge on paper, Teofimo's threat keeps the outcome wide open.
is this a fight that you go back and forth with? Like, is this the fight that you could possibly change your mind from week to week and in camp, looking at how they look in camp and whatnot? Like, what's your mindset heading into such a big fight?
Yeah, my mind does go back and forth. I'm gonna tell you why. Because Tio, what I do is I remove all the negative about what we know about Tio. I remove all of that, and then I look at the fighter. That still is a good fighter. You know what I mean? Strong, fast. You know what I mean? Explosive, unpredictable, and he can hurt you. And every time he's had to step up, he really did step up. You know what I mean? But besides the Cambosis fight, but he stepped up. So I think Shakur. Yeah, my first mind told me Shakur, and I thought about it. Yeah, I'm picking Shakur by decision, but because this is fighting, anything can happen. You can't count Tio out. So there is thoughts sometimes that cross my brain, like, damn, what if Tio catch him like real good though? You know what I mean? And hurt him. Or what if he just out hustling?
Hackett keeps it real despite the doubts that cross his mind. He's firmly backing Shakur for the win. He points to Shakur's preparation, mindset, and ability to know exactly how to win, saying this fight has pushed him harder than ever. Hackett also stresses that Teofimo brings the same intensity, making this a clash of two fighters at their peak. And the result is when these two forces collide, it's like Magic and Bird on the court. Both great individually, but together they create something unforgettable.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a lot of shit that crossed my mind, but I still like Shakur for the dub. I like Shakur for the dub because he knows how to win. Like, he knows how to win. You know what I'm saying? And he's always prepared to win. So, and I think Shakur respects Tio to the point where he's gonna train like he's never trained before, because this is a great fight for him. This is probably the best fight of his career up to date. Even though he's been in some great fights, this is probably the best opponent. You know what I mean? And Tio, same for Tio. So when it's like that, when you put Magic and Bird together, shit happens. You know what I'm saying? And that's the kind of situation it is. Magic Johnson was nice, but Larry Bird was nice. Put them together, you get a nice game.
Additionally, Showbiz the Adult calls this an explosive can't-miss clash. Teofimo's in peak shape, no doubt, but Shakur carries that unshakable, nobody beats me confidence. On paper, it's too close to call, but there's something in the air, a little spark that makes you feel Shakur could figure a way through. When these two collide, it's a mix of skill, grit, and just enough magic to keep everyone on edge.
This is not gonna be no sparring session.
What's it gonna be?
He's coming to win. I'm coming to win.
I'm coming to conquer.
You're not conquering
Tio, tell
shit.
us.
I'm going to be 4-8.
You can try to show. What I like though is
Tio's in better shape than Shakur right there. That's crazy. Tio is a fantastic fight. It's just a great fight, man. Shakur got that you can't beat me confidence that Bud has. Logically, I don't know who wins the fight. Emotionally, after Bud, you know, I'm starting to get that magic shit. Like, hey, there's a sprinkle of magic. Shakur will find a way. And I'm never like that. But after that Bud shit, I'm like.
Bruce Carrington sees this as an exciting, high-energy showdown. He says Teofimo will bring the fight, fueled by pride and the crowd in New York, showing off his explosiveness and athleticism. But when it comes to Shakur, Bruce thinks his slick movement and sharp timing could frustrate Lopez, making it a battle of speed and skill against power and intensity, a fight that's far from boring.
I think it's gonna be an interesting fight. Some fans think it's gonna be a boring fight and stuff like that. I don't think so. Tio is gonna bring the fight. He's gonna especially want to show up for the crowd and make it exciting, for the New York crowd. You know what I mean? He calls himself the King of New York and stuff like that. So even though my boy from Florida, but but if he the type of dude, like he has adopted New York as his home. He called Brooklyn his home and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of people from New York, I'll be seeing they be showing him some love. So if they crown him that, they crown him that. That is what it is. It is what it is. But all jokes aside, though, I feel like Tio is gonna bring the fight. He's very athletic. He has a lot of explosiveness, and but I do feel like when it comes to Shakur, bro, his movement may frustrate him.
Carrington adds that the key concern is whether Teofimo can handle a slippery, constantly moving opponent. He points to past fights where Lopez struggled with opponents who wouldn't stay in one place, like Sandor Martin and Jimmy Ortiz. Shakur's footwork, defense, and patient style could test Teofimo's mindset, potentially frustrating him. On January 31st, it won't just be about skill or power, it's about whether Lopez can stay composed under pressure and handle a fighter who refuses to stand still.
The only thing that worries me when it comes to Teofimo is his frustration. Like, is he going to be able to work well with a mover? You know, we've seen, difficulties that he had with Sandor Martin. We've seen the difficulties that he had with Jimmy Ortiz, guys that's been moving around and not staying still. Like, if you keep Teo moving around and he can't plant his feet, what can he do? We're going to have to find that out on, January 31st. And I think Shakur, he's probably one of the best guys to, move his feet, be on defense, being hella patient and frustrating a fighter, bro. Like, so, I don't know. We've seen Teo get frustrated to the point where he's asking himself, do I still got it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got to see what his mentality is going to be.
However, Dalton Smith sees the Stevenson versus Lopez fight as a true 50-50 clash. Having known and sparred with Shakur since his amateur days, he respects both fighters' skills, but leans slightly towards Shakur. Dalton points out that training and sparring happen behind closed doors, and what fans don't see is just how much work goes into preparing for a fight of this magnitude.
The upcoming bout between Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson, right? It's a fight that everybody's waiting to see. What are your thoughts on that fight? How do you see that fight playing out, and who do you have and why, bro? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, I think it's a great fight. Obviously, I've known Shakur from the amateur days. I've sparred him over the years in Colorado when, I was over there on training camps and stuff. So, Shakur's a great fighter, so is Teo. And I really think it is a 50-50 fight, but I think I'd have to favour Shakur in that one.
That's fire, bro. That's fire. You see, that's stuff that a lot of us and even fans, we don't know that. When you guys spar, you guys don't drop no videos to let us know that you guys are doing your thing.
Exactly. Yeah, sparring's kept in the gym. Like you said, that's you have to be a true professional.
He then goes on to add his personal experience, saying sparring with Shakur Stevenson has been an eye-opener. Shakur's skill, both as an amateur and a professional, stands out, and his achievements speak for themselves. Dalton describes him as not only a great fighter, but also a solid, respectful person outside the ring. After seeing him up close, Dalton is confident enough in Shakur's ability to favor him in the upcoming fight against Teofimo. And Keith Colon sees Stevenson versus Lopez as a tough, competitive fight. Having been in the ring with Shakur and seen Teofimo in sparring, he knows both fighters bring high-level skill, speed, and power. He expects the early rounds to be back and forth, with each landing clean shots and testing the other's timing and reactions. As the fight goes on, Colon believes Shakur's discipline, footwork, and patience will start to pay off, allowing him to control the pace and gradually pull away, ultimately giving him the edge and the victory. However, he adds that at this level, every tiny detail matters. Discipline and focus over all 12 rounds make the difference. And while Teofimo can sometimes lose focus, Shakur has the ability to stay locked in and stick to his game plan from start to finish. Colon believes that consistency and composure will be what separates the winner from the loser, and he's confident that Shakur will come out on top. On the other hand, Timothy Bradley Jr. is sending Shakur some straight-up advice after watching his training. He tells him to stick to what makes him tick and not overcomplicate things with extra exercises or unfamiliar routines, reminding him of the Nata fight where going off script left him drained. Bradley also calls out Shakur's hand wraps, warning that cutting and taping them himself is hurting his hands and affecting his performance. His message is clear: focus on the essentials, train smart, and protect your tools, your hands, if you want to perform at your best. Building on his earlier advice, Bradley adds on to the message about training smart and protecting your hands. He warns Shakur that he can't step into this fight with anything less than 100%. Teofimo Lopez is coming in full force, aiming to back up every word he said, and he'll test Shakur in every way: boxing, pressure, speed changes, the whole 9 yards. Bradley stresses staying focused, avoiding overtraining that could drain him, and getting proper hand wraps. There's no room for shortcuts. Shakur has to be ready to bring everything he's got. Following Bradley's detailed advice, Sugar Neeks keeps it honest from a fan's perspective, admitting he's on the fence about Stevenson versus Lopez. He knows it's going to be an exciting fight, but doesn't lean toward either fighter, calling it a true 50-50 matchup. For him, it's too close to call, and that uncertainty only adds to the hype for this epic showdown. But who do you think will come out on top when Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez face off? Share your predictions in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of the latest updates, analysis, and fight coverage leading up to this epic showdown.